Brands are not just logos, they're living and evolving stories. And if you're anything like me, you probably find it very fascinating to learn how a brand grows into an unforgettable identity. Some brands get it right from the start, while others go through major reinventions to connect with their audience even more. Either way, great branding is not just about looking good, it's also about creating a story that connects with the audience. And in this series, I'm going to be breaking down some of the most powerful brands and how they evolve, their design, their messaging, their biggest wins, and even their biggest risks. So if you love branding and seeing behind the strategy of the brands that you love, then you're in the right place. I wanted to touch on Poppi. How did it go from being sold at farmers market to becoming a national sensation? Let's break it down. As you guys know, it is one of my favorite healthy drinks, but I also just am fascinated with seeing the growth of the company. Before Poppi blew up on TikTok and all over social media, it started as a company called Mother Beverage. Founder Allison Ellsworth had been dealing with gut issues and decided to take matters into her own hand instead of taking shots of apple cider vinegar and making something a little bit more enjoyable to drink. By simply mixing apple cider vinegar and healthy fruit juices, they were able to create a product that almost everybody loves. And that is why I find the rise of Poppi so fascinating, because it's such a simple solution, but the branding, I believe, is such a powerful reason as to why they grew so much. Okay, before we get into Poppi, let's talk a little bit about Mother Beverages, which is where Poppi began. Their handcrafted drinks, even back then, were delicious, but they were bottled in glass and sold mainly at farmers markets in Dallas, Texas. They quickly gained a loyal following, and if you've tried a Poppi, you probably know why. They taste really good. But to continue to scale up their business, they knew that they needed investors, and that's when Shark Tank comes in. After a lengthy process, Allison and her husband Steven were accepted into Shark Tank, and they presented their Mother Beverages to all the sharks, asking for $400,000 for 10% equity. But the smartest part about their marketing with Shark Tank was that they made all of them take a shot of apple cider vinegar, which is never fun. But when it came to the actual product, the sharks saw their potential. Their sales at the time were $500,000, but they were self-manufacturing their product, raising scalability concerns. The famous Mark Cuban and Bethany Frankel decided to quickly pass on putting in an offer.
You're going to have to raise a lot more money after this, and that's the part I'm concerned about. As much as I would love to help a Dallas company, I'm out.
You need to start a business, not an artisanal mom and pop beverage business. I'm out.
And I do wonder if they're kicking themselves now after seeing how much they've grown. They passed because they worried about the capital needed to compete in the beverage space. But they were lucky, and there was a shark there named Rohan Oza, the branding mastermind behind Vitamin Water and Bai. He made an offer for $400,000 for 25% equity. They took the deal, and that decision changed everything. The rebrand. Now, how did Mother Beverages then become Poppi? Allison mentioned in one of her interviews recently, Rohan took in their product and basically told them that their branding was not working for them.
We looked at it and I remember him saying, look, you have a fantastic liquid, but for lack of a better word, your branding is shit.
I'm curious to hear what you guys think about the previous branding. After Shark Tank, they went through a major rebrand. Now, although Mother is kind of a unique name to the brand because it actually has to do with the apple cider vinegar, the stringy substance that is formed in the vinegar is called Mother, so I see why that was such an interesting brand name. But for recognition and a quick household name, I could see why a rebrand of the name as well was important. But that's not the only reason why it was important. Allison even stated that they wanted to tap into a very competitive beverage market space, and to do that, they knew they had to do something different. They wanted bold, eye-catching colors, a stark contrast to most health-focused brands. They also wanted large fruit imagery, but they went back and forth with their designs on whether they wanted to have real fruit drawings or more modern fruit drawings. They also wanted a clean, modern logo, which they successfully created, and I think the reason behind that was because of scalability and also to stand out on the shelf amongst other competitors. The branding choices for Poppi are very unique because all of the different colors really represent and resemble the flavors. In one of Allison's recent interviews, she actually mentioned how long the branding process took because really landing on colors for each flavor was so important. Because if you have a really white, clean can with a watermelon flavor, it's going to be hard to know how that's really going to taste without that visualization of the color matching the flavor. Their branding is so simple, but I truly feel that it stands out on shelves when heading into the store. But for Poppi, that wasn't the case. They took their original Mother Beverages branding that felt very elegant and nostalgic and kind of gave that minimalistic, classic typography feel. And they took that and made a very punchy, modern, clean, and fun brand. When I look at the Mother Beverages branding, I see a very farmer's market type of feel. But when I look at the Poppi designs, I see a very punchy and professional design that I knew I would probably find in a store. I think that their rebrand is so unique because they took two different design styles and made something work so well for reaching their target audience. We've seen countless times brands that try to rebrand or reinvent themselves, and it can oftentimes fail, but that wasn't the case for Poppi. The rebrand worked. By 2020, Poppi went from being in 200 small stores to landing in over 20,000 major retailers like Target, Whole Foods, Publix, 7-Eleven, and more. Their sales soared past $1 million in just a few months. Comment down below if you think that their sales increased because of their marketing or if a bigger part of it was because of their rebrand. Although I feel that the Poppi rebrand was absolutely necessary for their growth and their scalability, I also feel like one of the most important things in their story is their marketing strategy.
I think more than ever, like a lot of brands were just trying to survive. TikTok was a really big piece. So
what really took Poppi to the next level was TikTok. Allison posted a casual video about Poppi's gut health benefits, and within 24 hours, they did $100,000 in sales. From there, they leaned in hard. If you're chronically online like myself, you probably recently saw a little bit of backlash from Poppi when they decided to deliver vending machines filled with Poppi flavored cans to the influencer's front door. And I think this got a lot of backlash because they were spending monies in ways that maybe they could have in others, but I think it's great to experiment with marketing, and it's really interesting to see how they really lean into that influencer marketing space. They've had many viral moments. A lot of those viral moments are featuring a lot of the celebrities and influencers we follow. There was a video of Jennifer Lopez sipping Poppi on the beach, and that made waves. If you follow the Poppi Instagram account or TikTok account, you probably have also seen a lot of their recipes that they post with fun mocktails or fun drinks, even their root beer float one that I actually tried and it was pretty dang good. But they have so many amazing content ideas that is helping their brand grow to amazing levels. They've actually scaled to such an amazing level that they had multiple ads in the recent Super Bowl. One of those ads featuring famous influencer Alex Earl. But as you can see, those commercials and the vibe and the colors of the video also match the branding. It all ties back to the brand story, the brand identity, and why they're doing what they do. But to tap into that competitive market of beverages, they had to find a way to be different. And I believe Poppi's way of being different is taking a health beverage and making it trendy and seeing all the people that you might look up to online also drinking it. When it was originally in its glass bottle of Mother Beverages, it is something that I couldn't see as much on a commercial or in the hands of so many because it looks like something that a mom and pop would make. Whereas with Poppi, it's such a recognizable brand that you can see it from far away and also recognize the flavor that is in their hand. Poppi's branding is a case study in disrupting a market. While most health drinks play it safe with clean, minimalist branding, Poppi goes the opposite direction. Bold, fun, and unapologetically loud. It is instantly recognizable. It makes wellness fun, and it meets consumers where they are. That is why I wanted to spotlight Poppi, because it's not just a delicious, healthy beverage, it is a branding masterclass. A smart rebrand, a killer marketing strategy, and a product and formula that people actually love. That is what makes a powerful, successful brand. If you enjoyed this series and want to see more brand spotlights, be sure to subscribe to my channel below, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.